Welcome to Legit Matters. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and drop your comments. We're talking about Kanye West and the reason why he's unable to be cancelled. But before I go any further, hit that like button, drop your comments, and subscribe. Kanye West is one of the biggest out there, one of the most influential musicians and artists out there, and is someone who is very great and very intelligent, and it's very difficult to cancel someone who is very good at whatever he does. He's not only good at music, he's good with his fashion, his creativity, his speech, the way he delivers his words and everything, what he goes for. He's very good at being a leader and being someone who pushes the culture forward. He's ahead of his time and someone who is very skillful. So he doesn't fold, he says what he wants in his heart, and that's very hard to consider that kind of person. Kanye West is prone to controversy. He's someone who is not new to controversy. He's someone who doesn't care if he get cancelled. He's someone who doesn't care about money too much. Yes, he became a billionaire, and he always said, I'm a billionaire, I'm the richest black man on earth. He always kept saying that because he was trying to prove a point that you people say I'm crazy, you people say I'm naughty, I don't know what I'm saying, I'm insane in the membrane. But how come I'm insane in the membrane and I'm still making so much money than you people who claim you are sane? And he was always saying that just to prove some people wrong. So you can see clearly that Kanye West doesn't really care about money, because if he cares about money, he will sheepishly just follow the leader, and he won't care about going against the grain, going against the river, going against the flow of the current. But he always does that. He's someone who has been an advocate, someone who has been a dissident, someone who has been fighting for people, for the blacks, for everybody around him. He's not scared to take risks. He doesn't fold easily. He's not like the baby who, after saying some little stuff against the LGBT people, decided to tuck his tail and fold up like a folder and decided to confess his sins and plead for forgiveness and make a big apology. Irrespective of what the baby did, he is still being cancelled, and people still boycott his music. People don't listen to his music. People don't go for his shows because he said some demeaning things against the LGBTQ people. You see, if you care about the money, if you care about the money that much, or even if you care about your life, never think of being a revolutionist, or never think of trying to fight against the people in power, fight against people who have more influence than you, or people who are in the helm of affairs, because they are going to lose whatever you cherish the most. You can see clearly that the baby cares about money. He's not someone who stands on what he says. So definitely we are in a stage of the cancel culture, and you have to be careful whatever you say. So the baby was forced into making an apology just to get his music sales up, and you can see that, man, whatever baby didn't come didn't give bear much fruits, because he released good albums and good singles in recent times, and his album didn't do good at all. The album sold very little, like 15,000 copies in his first week, and upon whatever he did, all the promotions he did, all the radio interviews he went for, it didn't come to pass. All he did in anticipation of making his album flourish, it didn't come true. His album didn't sell that much, and you can see that whenever you don't stand on what you stand on, whenever you don't want to stand and be firm on whatever you speak, and you are not true to yourself, no matter how you make an apology, people are still not going to believe you, because the damage is already done. But in the like of Kanye West, he stood firm, and he has been in controversy not today. So this little storm cannot phase him. He's like an eagle. He's going to go through the storm. He always goes through the storm and rises and does things that normal people will not do, because he once said in his interview between him and Sway, he says a mixture of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. He's a mixture of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. So you can see definitely he's not someone who you can say I'll blackball him because of his statements and things he does, because number one, he does very great music. He does very good music, and number two, he has multiple streams of income. He makes shoes, he makes clothing, he's deep into fashion, he does architecture, he does production, does agriculture. He has so many ways of making money. So if you block his music side, he has another side to make money, and he's very creative. He makes beats for people, he produces for people's albums, he makes money from that stream of avenue too, that other side, to makes money from that way. So even though his music doesn't sell, he can make money from the people's projects he produced for music he produced for. You can see the likes of Dave Chappelle. These are people who don't care about money. Dave Chappelle walked away from $50 million of endorsement of deals he was supposed to make at the height of his career. $50 million. Who's going to work out from that? Who's going to forfeit $50 million just because of what you believe in? And you can see, because of what Dave Chappelle did, they knew that they will not be able to cancel or boycott Dave Chappelle. And right now Dave Chappelle fills up arenas, stadiums, and wherever he goes, he has his audience that stands beside him because he refused to confirm, and because he stood on whatever he stands on. He keeps getting the money, he keeps getting the fan base, and he keeps being loyal to him. So if you stand on something and you believe in what you want to believe, and you don't conform to what people want you to conform, people are going to really support you for who you are. People are really going to be there for you, just like how Kanye West fans are really behind him, are really supporting him, because they have discovered that this man is ahead of his time. This man knows what he's saying, because if you can listen to the interviews he's done in previous years, you can see that the things he said way back, they're happening right now. And definitely from the way he got treated by these big conglomerates, these big companies, and these billion-dollar companies, people are now getting to see that yes, these people really control the industry. These people really control the black culture. These people really control whatever we consume. You can see that Gucci can say things and make a black face against the blacks, and people will go on a rampage and rage. No, we will not wear Gucci any longer. That will last for like 2-3 months, or not even 2-3 months, probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and back again they'll go back to wearing Gucci. Back again they'll go back to wearing Louis Vuitton. Back again they'll go back to wearing those luxurious goods, because they cannot do without those luxurious brands. And that's slavery right there. You cannot do whatever you want to do because you're under the leadership or under the supervision of someone who's superior than you. But Kanye West fails to conform to whatever people want him to conform to. He went against the grain and supported Donald Trump. He doesn't hide his love for Donald Trump. He keeps supporting Donald Trump, and he did put on that mega hat, that red hat. That made him, people cancelled him. They say you're a disgrace to the community, but still he dropped an album, and the album still went on the top of the charts of the Billboard, and he sold millions of copies. When he came out with his album, that he doesn't want to put his album on those big digital streaming platforms, those big DSPs like Spotify and Apple Music, he decided to put his music on STEM player. People say the album is going to flop, he's going to do this and that, but still he generated so much money from that. So you can see that the money doesn't face Kanye West. Kanye West is someone who is prone to controversy, someone who is not new to controversy, who is not scared to take risks, someone who is not scared to get cancelled, someone who doesn't care too much about the money. He only cares about power and how to lead the black people and how to make people believe in whatever they believe in. So you can see that from whatever he does, people are now coming to understand who Kanye West really is. They are behind him and they support him. The fans are very loyal to him and they keep supporting him. Due to the backlash he got from Adidas and when he was dropped from his contract, the fans rose up and said, no, we want to make Kanye West a billionaire once more. We are going to create a GoFundMe for Kanye West. And they created a GoFundMe for Kanye West, and they have started donating money for Kanye West. They said they will make Kanye West a billionaire, even though these big conglomerate companies don't want to support him, don't want to take away his money. The black people will make money for Kanye West. Kanye West is not scared of saying things against people. He says things against Jay-Z, says things against Pop Daddy, against McMill. He says things against people who go against the norms. He's not scared. Remember when he walks on stage and took the award from Taylor Swift and said some demeaning things against Taylor Swift, that you don't deserve this award, that Beyonce deserves this award. He has been doing controversial things since from the beginning of time. So it's very hard to cancel that kind of person. It's very hard to blacklist that kind of person. It's very hard to push that person to the curb, because Kanye West is a different kind of breed. He's one of its kind. He's one of my big inspirations out there. You can separate him from his work because he's very talented. It's like an octopus. He makes money from different sides, so you can't narrow him to one part. So if you cancel him in his music side, he's still going to make money producing music for people. If you cancel him from his clothes and his shoes, he's still going to make money from his music, from streaming, from architecture, from schools he creates, from different avenues, and the fans are loyal to him. And this is one of the reasons why Kanye West cannot be cancelled, because he has a true fan base and people know that whatever he says, there's some truth inside, and you cannot cancel the truth. The truth will always come alive, and Kanye West is the truth. What do you feel about Kanye West? That can he be cancelled, or he's someone who is a real revolutionary? Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and drop a comment. Signing out, au revoir, leaving you with peace and love.